comentan a los compañeros que se conectan. Okay, so good morning. Good morning. We are going to start with housekeeping, please. We need to check how much is the work that we still have to do in this module. Okay. So I hope you had good rest because we have a lot of work to do. And I always remind you of the classes during the week, plus the participation in online activities. You have received through Educando several notifications over the weekend of what you need to complete. So please, this is also important in the module. We have, as we said, you have around 8 hours of autonomous work. Even if you don't have time for so many hours, you still have the time in class to finish, to check for if you have any doubts, to work and take advantage of the time to finish the tasks. Moreover, I have asked you to organize your participation, your attendance, since the final grade will be influenced by your attendance. So in between 70 and 80%, and there has been cases of illness that we have to pay attention to, of course. Those situations are paid attention to, yes. But otherwise, you should have the time, I mean, if you are attending the career, should have the time to connect to classes. Krishna is coming, so we welcome her. She has been sick. Welcome, Krishna. Hope you're feeling better. So it's not an imposition. Hello, Krishna. Hope you're feeling better. Good to see you. Good morning. So it's not an imposition. We have had situations in which we proved that lack of attendance was a problem later for the students to feel supported, to feel confident in facing the exams. So therefore, if at a certain point attendance was free, was elective, last year we decided to come back to some attendance requirements just because we saw absolute freedom was not did not have good results. So so attendance is required in every career in which you're supposed to be practicing the language, to be learning, to be having exchanges, interaction with others. Otherwise, with the language, it would be very, very difficult to progress. That is the situation with attendance. And therefore, on Fridays, I will be sending you reminders in case you are behind in attendance. But the most important thing then is that we check the evaluation. So we really organize our schedule to accomplish all evaluations. So we have these 3 evaluations: participation in online activities, which is ongoing. It will be finished at the beginning of December. So please, I have sent you Educando has sent you lots of reminders to participate in activities in Unit 3. Just because I need to catch up now this weekend's check-in, so that by the beginning of December, this grade is finished. We have the written workshop, and this is a separate, it's an individual task that you will accomplish in writing. Remember, similar to what we did with oral, which was a topic that you prepared, and it will be similar to that. Yes, but this time will be writing, so you need to go through all of the steps of writing, preparing this writing, receiving feedback, making corrections writing again, receiving feedback. So it's a constant work that you will do. And I need you connected to that until you have the last version, the final draft, by the end of the week, by the end of this week, by the 10th of December. Hopefully, yes. Good morning, Catalina, welcome. Nice to see you all, nice to see you. So the idea is that by the week of the 6th of December, you are just working on your final version of your writing task. And remember that the following week, you will be having tests. So by the 6th of December, we will already be working in the final evaluation items. Writing, and then on this week, the 6th, we will see. Here is the timeline. So the idea is that by the end of week 15, we have participation online finished, so that I can dedicate that weekend to checking that participation. So that the following week, I have time to give feedback to the last draft of the written workshop. That's week 16. Week 17, it will be around different tests. So one of these days, I hope that on Monday you have the OPT, which is face-to-face, it's on campus. It will take place on campus, and you will be doing that in different groups according to the division that the school has made. Yeah. So there are groups that will be called at different times, and you will attend this exam. On the 15th, we have a short period, so we will be doing a short speaking test. And finally, on the 17th, you will be working on all of the other sections on Educando. So that will be the last. And then the cumulative test, all for those that have had problems with the grades in the previous evaluations. So this is the schedule. It is really tight. It's really tight. We still need to go through the writing process. You need to decide on a topic, write, receive feedback. We have one more grammar topic to deal with. So it's really important that we concentrate on what we have to do this coming week. So finishing your participation in online activities, concentrating and doing the exercises towards the writing, towards finishing the writing. Yes. And so I don't know, this could be the best way I could think of organizing the weeks that are coming. Plus, here in this PPT, you have a summary of all the tasks that you have and activities and exercises that you have in Unit 3. Yes. So I still have to give you feedback. Task 8 is individual, we said, because there you have 2 exercises of writing, guided writing, that I'm going to give you feedback, personalized feedback on. Yes. So task 8, I remind you. Okay, and these are also individual exercises that you do and you do on your own, take a photo and upload the photo. Okay, do you have any doubts in regards evaluations? So we continue with the warm up, and I will share with you a task 9B, which is only a listening comprehension. So you will receive the document for the listening comprehension via chat. I will share with you. Tell me if you can download it. You have some questions to practice listening. But task 9B, starting the writing process, listening comprehension. If not, I can send it via WhatsApp web, although I have to open it. Okay, could you receive it? Could you receive the task? Where is it? Okay. All right. Do you need me to send it via WhatsApp? This is the task. It's only a listening comprehension task about the writing process. So what is the writing process? This is something you need to listen to. Yes, listen to and answer. Yes, so you watch the video, you listen to the video, and you reflect. Okay, remember that, and this will happen also in your in the exam. Many alternatives will seem similar. Yes, so you have to be aware of that. So what is the writing process? How does the writing process help you create good writing pieces? Okay, so pre-writing is an important stage in the of the writing process. What is it composed of? What does the drafting stage imply? What does the revision stage imply? And what is important before you publish your work, which is the final stage of the writing process. Okay, so this is the task I shared via WhatsApp. So we will watch. So you saw the questions. Do you still remember always read? So for a listening comprehension strategy, read the questions so that you know what is it that you need to listen to. Yeah, so you read, you listen, sorry, the same as you read, you listen purposefully, yes, with a purpose. What are you going to listen to? What is the writing process? How does it help you create good pieces of writing? And you're going to listen about different stages: the pre-writing, the drafting, the revision stage, and before you publish, which is the last stage. What do you do in those stages? Okay, so hopefully it won't be difficult for you. No, it's not a difficult listening, but remember, we needed to practice more listening, and that is what we're trying to do. Okay, so let me check from my browser. Okay, so take notes or just try to focus on the most important information. Okay, we listen.
Class. In this video, you will learn the writing process. What is the writing process? It is the steps that writers follow from the beginning to the end of creating a piece of writing. And why is it important? Because it helps you write better, easier, and faster. When you break the task of writing down into manageable parts, you will sense some sort of achievement after finishing each part, which will ultimately motivate you to finish the next step and finally produce an astonishing piece of writing. So, are you ready to learn? Let's get started. The first step to the writing process is pre-writing. Pre-writing means before writing. So, what do you have to do before you begin writing? Choose a topic. Identify your purpose and audience. do some research on the topic, and brainstorm ideas about your topic. Pre-writing helps us to get our ideas on paper, so use graphic organizers that will help you visualize and organize your thoughts and ideas that have been generated. Drafting is the second stage of the writing process, where you put the information you researched and the outlined ideas into your own words. Write sentences and paragraphs. Your draft does not have to be perfect. Just write down what you know and think about the topic. And here comes the third stage of the writing process, revising. In this stage, you may rearrange words or sentences. You can add examples to clarify ideas. You may also add descriptive details to convince your readers. And also make clear connections between ideas. In other words, make your writing better in this stage. Add, take out, and replace. Editing is the fourth stage. Make sure all sentences are complete, correct spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. Use writing checklists to ensure that your writing meets the requirements. And the final stage is publishing. Recopy your writing correctly and neatly and share it with the world. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next videos.
Okay, so this is the writing process. Okay, something we saw on Friday as well. We have already read something about the writing process, so it's not absolutely new. Right. So now we will go back to the questions and let's discuss. What did you listen? So what is the writing process? Who would like to share? You can share via the chat as well. Anyone? What do you remember? The steps followed by writers to edit a piece of writing, to create a piece of writing, to revise and publish writing pieces.
The letter B.
B.
The steps followed by writers to create a piece of writing.
Create a piece of writing. Okay, is that different from editing and revising only?
Es que
Okay.
el video salía at the end of creating, algo así. Fue la única que se parece.
Yes, Krishna says it is a process of 4 or 5 stages. Yes, yes, and they are steps you follow with a purpose. Yes, 4 or 5 stages. Yes, and they are recursive. We have said on Friday it goes around and around. So we will see. This is one option. Okay, we will see the results by the end. Okay, everyone agrees. Okay, you can participate in the chat if you cannot speak. Okay, how does the writing process help you create good writing pieces? By following the process, you will feel that you're able to produce great writing pieces. By following the process, you will experiment a sense of achievement when you finish the process. By following the process, you will feel motivated to continue writing in the future. So those are words that, so this is a trick, yes? All of these expressions have been used in the listening. So you have listened to them. Only you have to see which is the exact combination.
The 2 is letter B.
Letter B, okay. Any other options? So that we all participate. Remember, you will be listening to similar kinds of answers. Okay, so or that all of these expressions have been heard. Yes, so that can be tricky. Okay, any other option? Anyone thinks differently so that we can have options to discuss later? Okay, 3. Pre-writing is an important stage in the writing process. And we saw a little bit on Friday, so you have previous knowledge. Also use all your previous knowledge on a topic. That helps with listening a lot. It is comprised by sub-stages such as research on the topic, audience identification, and brainstorming. Yes, we saw brainstorming, yes, on Friday. It is composed by sub-stages such as purpose and audience identification, research on the topic, and brainstorming of ideas. It is composed of sub-stages that help you organize and revise your writing. They are like sub-stages, okay? You rely for the pre-writing, you rely on everything you know or on what you research on a topic. Then you see who are you writing for, and you start brainstorming, organizing ideas. We saw that on Friday, yes, the brainstorming and the organization of ideas. Come on, anyone else? Paola, Krishna, Vanessa, you can write in the chat if you cannot speak. So all of those are sections, subsections. A, Krishna says A, okay. Is, yes, A. All right, A is a possibility because you need to know about the topic, research. Okay. Though the listening also has specific, but in general, we do that. We know that in this pre-writing stage is composed by sub-stages in general. Okay, drafting. What does drafting stage imply? Revising and correcting the writing, outlining your ideas based on the research process, writing down about your knowledge and points of view on the topic. We will listen to that again, okay? So we check. Vanessa? Drafting, yes, you're writing, basically, yeah, basically.
I'm between B and C.
B and C, okay. Yes, okay, we can have 2 options just in case we discuss them later. We are going to listen again, okay? So this is a process you can also, if provided you have time in the exam, you can, yes, you can listen again. So in the exam, you can also listen again. So have some pre-listening and then listen to that again. What does the revision stage mean? What does it mean or imply? Revising ideas, researched, revising and rewriting ideas in the outline, reorganizing and reconnecting ideas in order to improve your writing. Remember, I told you you're going to be writing and revising, writing and revising. It's recursive until you get it right or the best possible to your ability. Okay. Anyone? Giselle? Paola? Revision? Okay. Revision? Outline, remember, it's not the same as draft. Esto no es lo mismo que el draft, ¿sí? El draft es el borrador, el outline es solamente la organización de los temas. Ok. Which one? C. Reorganizing and reconnecting. The video says something about connecting, reconnecting. Yes. What is important before you publish? Before you say, okay, this is the last version. 6th of December, you say, okay, this is my final version. After you revise, you rewrite, you correct, you have done this a lot. What do you do? Finally. Revising, capitalization, spelling, and punctuation. Vanessa says, okay. This is
At the end of the video appear.
Yes, A, yes, in the video helps a lot. Yeah, A. Pay attention to everything that can help you. I know, red are the ones that have only one option. Green, the ones that have two options. They are there for us to discuss. So we will listen a second time and then we will discuss again. Revision, capitalization, spelling, and punctuation. Yes, a video, Giselle, video helps a lot. Revising, writing, and ideas and according to requirements. Also, yes. Because revision will go around, so the drafting and revision, you will have all of the other stages, all of the other actions. So this is just before you publish, just the final check. Okay, so let us see if you're happy. Check again, and we will listen again. So provided you work quickly and confidently, you will have time in the real exam to listen to some listening again, to some exercises again, in case you have doubts. Right. But you have to pay attention to the time, okay? To the time you have. All right, so we'll listen again, and we will check our choices, your choices. Okay, be careful.
Class. In this video, you will learn the writing process. What is the writing process? It is the steps that writers follow from the beginning to the end of creating a piece of writing. And why is it important? Because it helps you write better, easier, and faster. When you break the task of writing down into manageable parts, you will sense some sort of achievement after finishing each part, which will ultimately motivate you to finish the next step and finally produce an astonishing piece of writing. So, are you ready to learn? Let's get started. The first step to the writing process is pre-writing. Pre-writing means before writing. So, what do you have to do before you begin writing? Choose a topic. Identify your purpose and audience. Do some research on the topic and brainstorm ideas about your topic. Pre-writing helps us to get our ideas on paper. So use graphic organizers that will help you visualize and organize your thoughts and ideas that have been generated. Drafting is the second stage of the writing process, where you put the information you researched and the outlined ideas into your own words. Write sentences and paragraphs. Your draft does not have to be perfect. Just write down what you know and think about the topic. And here comes the third stage of the writing process, revising. In this stage, you may rearrange words or sentences. You can add examples to clarify ideas. You may also add descriptive details to convince your readers. And also make clear connections between ideas. In other words, make your writing better in this stage. Add, take out, and replace. Editing is the fourth stage. Make sure all sentences are complete correct spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. Use writing checklist to ensure that your writing meets the requirements. And the final stage is publishing. Recopy your writing correctly and neatly and share it with the world. Thank you very much for watching.
Okay, so now did we hear? Okay, so now do we confirm these answers? So in number, I will read, are we clear about number 4? What does drafting imply? Do we decide on one of them? Remember that outlining is writing an outline, not writing a draft necessarily, yes? Vanessa, which one do you decide? What is drafting?
B.
B or C? It's B. Okay. Remember that. I was asking you to pay attention. Outline. Do you remember when we created an outline from the news report? So the outline is just the organization of the topics. Yeah. So of the paragraph. So this paragraph is going to be about this topic and the details. Topics and details. Whereas drafting is writing, is creating a first draft. It's writing, yes? So whenever you're writing a draft, you're writing. Okay, is that clear, the difference between outlining and writing? Girls?
¿Cómo?
So outlining is creating an outline. Yes. Outlining. It's organizing topics and details to write an essay or a paragraph. Writing down is writing. So drafting is creating the first draft. Es crear el primer borrador. That is writing. Yes, because I think you confuse outlining with writing. Outlining is within the pre-stage, the pre-writing, we can say. When we organize the topics in an outline, that's the next step that we're going to do. So is that clear? Do you have any doubts about writing and outlining? Girls? Okay. We will see the next slide has the results. Okay, so we said this is. Do we have any other options? No other. Okay, next slide. Okay, anyone? Letter C. So Krishna gets. So drafting is writing. So for Krishna, it is writing. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Drafting is writing, not outlining. All right. So just for you to be sure with the terminology, okay? So we will go back to the slides and see which are the solutions. Okay, some of so the listening is implied to be tricky for you to listen properly and to use every knowledge, previous knowledge you have on the topic, yes? So these are the results. 1B, is that what we wrote? 1B? 1B, yes. 1B. Okay, let us analyze. 1B. Yes, it's the steps to create. So create is has a wider meaning. Yes, and the speaker says, create a piece of writing, wonderful pieces of writing or something like that. She uses the verb create because edit and revise are only in certain stages that you're going to do these actions. So great, yes, create is the wider sense. Okay, 2A, 2A. What did we write? 2. So we have 2B. Where is the and here is also like a sense of greater meaning. So by following the process, you will feel you're able to produce great writing pieces. And she says, so she again talks about, yes, the final production, the final creation. Whereas she speaks about achievement and motivation, but only as part of a greater process. So this is a question for you to bear in mind. Remember that the speaker, what does the speaker say? And that sometimes the speaker might use different concepts, yes? But the question, you have to be very careful on how these different concepts are used. So this is a tricky question, ready to catch you in, because you have listened to the word achievement, you want to use it and you think that's the correct one. So please be careful. But the listening is made in this way, tricky, yes, for you to pay attention. So here the meaning is greater. It's the same as here. You create a piece of writing, you're able to produce great pieces of writing. More general meanings. Okay, but not everything is lost. 3B. All right, 3B. Let us go on. 3B. Yeah, oh, 3A. Well, okay, why? Because here I was in creating this, I was again, so I did the greater ones, substages, and then I included the exact substages mentioned in the video, which is purpose and audience identification, research on the topic, and brainstorming of ideas. So this is the course. So she mentions all of these stages. So that can happen. Either the exercise can be created to refer to the general, and therefore the others are misleading, or to every detail mentioned. In that sense, you need to pay attention to every detail to be aware that all of these words have been mentioned in that order. So these two are the most difficult ones, and you can be misguided. 4C, is that the one we were discussing? Yes, drafting. This is so drafting is writing down, and she says in other words, writing down about your knowledge, everything you have researched, and your opinion. Yes, your points of view, your opinion, your reflection. So drafting is writing down, not outlining. Outlining is previous to drafting. Okay, so previous knowledge can help you a lot. Yes, that's a tricky, because we need to know the vocabulary in that sense, the precision of the vocabulary. Yes. 5 was easy, I think. Yes, easy. It was easier. 5 is C. Yes, so yes, because revision is reorganizing, reconnecting. She mentions exactly that. Yes, ideas in order to improve your writing. And she mentions that pre-writing is exactly that, improving. Revision means improving your writing. Yes, that's what I want to say. Yes, excellent. Yes, any questions? Improving. So this is easy, yes. Because revision, you immediately also relate to improving. And finally, what is important? Yes, there you have to be quick. She speaks exactly about those topics. She mentions exactly those, yes, those words, exactly in that order: capitalization, spelling, and punctuation. Excellent. Okay, so not bad at all. Remember that listening is a combination of skills. Yes, it's previous knowledge. It is ability to listen to detail, to understanding the greater meaning, the details, knowledge of vocabulary. And if I don't know any word that I think is important, understanding the context. Remember, general and understanding. So it's a question of practice and practice and more practice. Yes. But so a short revision of what pre-writing includes. Okay.
Pre-writing.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-writing means before writing. So, what do you have to do before you begin writing? Choose a topic. Identify your purpose and audience. Do some research on the topic and brainstorm ideas about your topic.
Okay, so about all of these sub-stages of pre-writing, on Friday we saw the last one, yes? So brainstorm ideas and clustering ideas. So another way of pre-writing. Choosing a topic, we chose a topic and we did the brainstorming and clustering of ideas. Whenever now that we are going to continue in the process of writing, we are going to see what is the purpose, yes? The purpose means why are we choosing, are we writing this piece of writing? Whether it is to support an idea, to present, to expose about an idea, to discuss a topic, yes? And also it will include a little bit of research, thinking that, of course, because we choose a topic, we have an interest and previous knowledge, we might need to complement that knowledge with new knowledge that I get to by means of researching, yes? A little bit into details above all. Okay, so all of these are included, all of these sub-stages are included in the pre-writing, and I am going to share with you the task 9 that we started last, I shared with you by means of the chat. I can share also by means of WhatsApp web so that you can see the exercises we did. Okay, so revision. So here in the on Friday, as I said, you have some previous knowledge because we had already seen the diagram of writing process that starts in the pre-writing, drafting, revision, editing, and publication, just as we have seen. Yes, and we said that this is a recursive, and some stages are recursive here within the process, so that you can have the best piece possible whenever you go to the publication stage. So in order to do that, we revised 2 strategies to gather ideas. Thinking, of course, as we said, that you already have some knowledge, yes, some previous knowledge, and using that previous knowledge, we could do the brainstorming and the clustering exercises. So the brainstorming is just writing freely, yes? Taking everything out, all of the ideas out about of your brain, yes, about a topic, and write them down on paper, yes, freely, yes, as they come to your brain. The important thing is to write down everything you know on the topic. In that sense, you're also going to notice if you need further research, as Professor Amal explains, and what is that information that we need to add to everything I already know about the topic, or I am interested in talking about some topic. Then we have clustering. Clustering was gathering ideas into categories, because in the brainstorming stage, we only have free ideas. Our free ideas everything on different areas within one topic. Whereas with clustering, we start gathering ideas into categories. Yes, everything that belongs together, we try to put together everything that we have thought about the topic that belongs together. Okay, welcome, Daphne. I think we were talking about this on Friday, so it would be well known to you. Okay, so these were the topics I decided to give you as a proposal. You also decided on other topics. You were free to decide on other topics of your interest. Yes, and we were talking about, you were invited to write about or think or do this exercise on these topics that you already know about democracy, about elections, about technology and education, about environmental awareness. And the post-pandemic is a proposal because of the influences on education, just a proposal, a new proposal. If you're interested in any, or if you need another, if you are interested in another topic, you are free to include it here. So the instruction was clear. You choose one of the topics, you brainstorm, you write freely. We were doing that on Friday before the ending of the class. Yeah, so Daphne and Giselle had an example, Catalina had another example. And later you were going to be, so it was just writing down as many ideas as possible, yes? And here I had an example that we did together, yes? The post-pandemic and how it influences education. So this was just a list that we started writing together. ICT influences education, the importance of technology, or of technology, I'm not sure what we wanted to write here. Gaining weight and losing brains in during the learning in the pandemic or post-pandemic. Post-pandemic and mental health, post-pandemic and friendship. So as you can see, within one topic, we can have different issues, different areas, yes, within the same topic. That is why the second exercise invites you to write categories, yes, to think what of these and the many more that we can write belong together, because they do not all belong together. So I can have a post-pandemic related to education, to technology, to personal topics, to health, mental health. So I can have lots of subtopics within one topic. So that is important. So that is why we need to do the clustering, because the clusters allow us to organize our ideas better. Yes, put them into big subtopics. And therefore, the first cluster that I could, well, is incomplete, but just for you to have an example, post-pandemic and education brought me to different subtopics, like, for example, technology and personal issues. And here I wanted to write education, but I didn't get to do it, but it was education, technology, and personal issues. That is what I noticed, different categories in these different just brainstorming lines that we did together. So just for you to have an example, 2 examples of what you have to do in the most important exercises in task 9. Okay. Please, Giselle and Daphne, could you be so kind so as to show us your process or your process of brainstorming, so that the girls can see how to conduct a brainstorming activity, please? Any one of you? Chicas? I am, so that you can see the brainstorming. In the brainstorming, you can include every kind of sentence that comes to your head. individual words, phrases, complete sentences, incomplete sentences, as you like it. Yes, this is not good sentence writing. Yes, at this moment you're free. You just write. Yes. So just as an example here, we have the use of technology in education. It can be a positive change on education. It increases ways of learning, yes, different ways of communication, good. There are many tools for teaching. There are disadvantages in different students' reality. Schools are giving it support that children can study online. Yes, so for example, just to give a few examples, but here in these examples, for the clustering, now Catalina will have to decide which are the subtopics included here. She can continue writing. Yes, there is no limit here. You can have 10 sentences, 15 sentences, whatever number. And then she needs to decide on the clustering. How is she going to divide this in topics? Yes, so for example, what topics can you see? Technology as a positive change in education, technology, but having disadvantages. So you have advantages, disadvantages. So you have two subtopics. So with technology, not everything is positive. There are some things that are negative, yes. Then we have technology as a means of communication. That's another subtopic, yes. And what else you have here? I think you have those three. So technology as a positive means of teaching, technology as disadvantages in teaching, and technology as a means of communication. I think you have three topics. You might have a different idea, yes, Catalina, but I think you can do that you can choose that in your cluster. Okay, thank you, Catalina. Thank you for giving us the example. So now you're going to work alone. You can share with others as you like it, but I need you working. That's the only condition I have. So I can have as many rooms as you ask me to, or you can work alone. The point is that you finish today. Please, by 11:30, do you think you can show your progress so that we can see an example? Everyone can present an example. Okay. By 11:30, yes, before finishing. We have another exercise. Well, okay, but try to finish. Yes, if you can't finish up to, I can wait for you. But the point is that you finish. Please do not leave anything for tomorrow because we know it's going to take forever. Okay, so please work and finish. So I am yes, okay. And but tell me if you want to work otherwise. Yes, I know. All right, okay. All right, let me check. Okay, and I will go to each of the rooms to talk to you personally to see if you have understood, and we will meet again 11:30. Okay. Okay, Krishna, I am coming to talk to you. Yes. Okay. Okay, so you're working. Yes, and we will meet again 11:30. Okay, to show your progress. So we are now here just putting together. Remember that I was trying to complete. So remember my poor drafting here, my poor clustering here. It was very incomplete, but just trying to help you think that these clusters are here to help us focus on subtopics. Yes, and think on how we can already begin visualizing our future writing. Remember that is why we have the possibility to divide in subtopics. And then we are going to go to outlining, in which we will also analyze how to, what topic to include in which paragraph of our writing. So it's good that we start thinking that we start our writing in very disorganized way, very, very freely, but then we need to start organizing more and more in order to have a concrete message to write. Yes, otherwise it would be a mess, a complete mess. So once you have this task 9 completed, you have to upload it to the task created on Educandus in week 12. So everyone will upload there to receive feedback. Okay, so this is free, so you have been writing independently or with others. Would you like to share some ideas on how it is going? So Paola have a writing, an idea about elections in Chile. Moreover, if you can, you will see that even if you choose the same topic, you never have the same vision, yes, the same view of a certain topic. So I do not know, Giselle, Paola, you have the option to share your writings, your examples, just to see, just to give a roundup, and we will continue talking. Yes, the brainstorming, yes, the brainstorming. And Paola, from that brainstorming, focused already on different subtopics, yeah. And therefore, for example, she chose presidential elections in Chile, and she thought of these topics, just phrases and isolated words. As I told you, you can brainstorm in sentences, in fragments, in words, in phrases. Everything is acceptable. So by reading, she noticed there are four subtopics in this topic, yes, in presidential elections. So she talked something against dictatorship. It's not exactly dictatorship, but against dictatorship, because we are supporting democracy. Then she thought about economy and the resources. So this is an important topic in the economy of this country. Public health and the situation in hospital, in public public health access and hospitals, for example. And then she talked about education and the lack of same opportunities for everyone in education. So in this way, by having already these four subtopics, she can organize her cluster, also following colors, and complete with more details what she wants to say on about presidential elections on around these different topics that have to do with presidential elections, because you're waiting, you're hoping that these topics will be dealt with, or dictatorship will be abolished for the whole eternity, and economy will be attended, public health will be improved, and quality education will be offered to every citizen in the country, for example, yes? So this is one way of understanding the exercise. Remember, not everyone will follow the same ideas or the same organization, but this is one way to organize your ideas. Yes, thank you, Paola. Giselle and Daphne and Javier, no, Romina had another example in which they were organizing the cluster. And the cluster gave Giselle, for example, the opportunity to already focus on certain subtopics and details. Was it like that? Giselle, do you have your cluster to show this example? Lovely. Yeah. So they were talking about physical education. They decided on another topic, which is also very important and in education nowadays, which is a deficit in physical education in elementary school. Okay, and they have three subtopics. This is an important subject, yes. So it is a very important subject. It is related to health issues with children, and it has certain pedagogical hours dedicated to it. Then there are advantages and disadvantages. So it promotes a healthy life, prevents disease. I think it's only advantages. So I think, well, these are problems. I think it's only advantages with more physical education. I think, my opinion, you will only have more advantages for children. And pandemic time and the problems that this brought about in education. There is many schools in Chile having physical education periods, yes, in their so this is a reality. It has not been prioritized, it's true, and with the pandemic, it was difficult to follow up, yes, in virtual classes. And the pandemic promoted sedentary life, yes, lots of video games, television, virtual classes, yes, hobbies, and not going outdoor, playing with others, for children especially. Yes, excellent. So you already have a vision of subtopics and details that you can discuss in an expository essay about the importance of physical education in this post-pandemic era in which schools will have a great something to say important, some opinions to provide in the topic of children's health. Yes, so I think schools have to take advantage of this post-pandemic time to really think on how to help children and families regain the old tradition of having hours dedicated to physical activity, to playing among children, and giving more importance to physical education periods in schools, for certain. Yes, this is absolutely true. Okay, so we have had great examples, different. They can all be different. The important thing is that you keep on thinking of ideas, thinking what you're interested in, and so that you can upload this task and have fresh ideas to practice with outlines on Friday, so that you see how you keep on organizing your writing around certain topics. Yes, you cannot write about everything that comes to your head, because that would be impossible to accomplish. Okay, so I will see you on Wednesday. As far as we are finishing, our agreement is to finish, please. Agreements, finish, complete, and finish Class 9. Task 9, with the pre-writing, yes, including the pre-writing exercises. Remember, these are exercises for you to get accustomed to thinking. You still have to choose your definite topic. Yes, we are working with exercises just to get you the warming up. Yes, the pre-exercises just to keep you thinking. All of you have a different way of thinking and organizing your ideas, which is absolutely acceptable. The only thing is that you need to go through stages in order to get thinking, yes, reflecting and organizing your ideas. That's everything. We can follow more or less one one exercise or another, and get organized is the most important thing. Yes. Okay, so please include and upload it to the task created on Educando's week 12. On Educando's in week 12. I remind you, please, that we are in week 13. We are just going down the line, so we really need to get working. And I hope you can also download this PPT later to see all of the list, the complete list of activities, exercises, task, unit 3 that we finished last week, so that you have your complete grade in participation in online activities. Okay, so if you don't have any other questions, we have finished for today. You have another class. So I wish you a good day, wonderful day. Thank you, Romina. Have a great day. Finish this task, upload it. I will be giving feedback. Remember, I need to give feedback to writing. And we will see you on Wednesday, please. Wednesday, we will do just the general discussion about writing, deciding on topics. And so it is an important day. I need all your ideas, your voice, according to which are the topics that you will be interested in developing in this unit, in writing during this unit. Okay, so great, have a great day, and I hope to see you. Well, tomorrow we have facilitating, and on Wednesday we keep on with these tasks in world events. So see you, girls. Have a great day.
Teacher.
Yes, question?
Sí, sobre un correo que me llegó.
Yes, okay. We will see in a minute. Okay, see you, girls. Bye-bye.
Es sobre la asistencia, teacher, no.